Hi, this is Dr. Kim again. Welcome back to 10-Minute Wellness Video Series. Today we're going to talk about our second secret. It's called Green, Green, Greens. Now, I hope you've been super hydrating last week because you divided your weight by 2 and then you had 4 segments of drinking all day long, and you've been super hydrating. You're probably totally energized and you've been eliminating better, and you're probably looking radiant by now. So this week we're going to focus on green, green, green. Now this is a protein section, or we call it the wood element section of our presentation. Now why do we have to have so much green, green, green? The first reason is the fact that these green, green, greens make the structure of our body. It makes our bones, it makes our skin, it makes our teeth, muscles, enzymes. Even every DNA in your body is made of this thing. And also your red blood cell, we talked about 120 days, your 25 trillion cells of your red blood cell will not be yours, we talked about already. Now what does that mean? You're losing about 2.4 million red blood cells per second. Now what does that mean? We need to replenish so many of these red blood cells every second of our lives. And if we're not getting enough of these greens, which make up these red blood cells, we'll be totally in trouble. And because each hemoglobin of your red blood cells is made identical your chlorophyll of your greens. So by having more greens, you can replenish all your red blood cells completely. So this is one of the main reasons that you really need to be green, green, greens. The second concept is the concept of pH. Now what is pH? pH measures your acidity from the alkalinity. Your most acidic state is 0, and it goes all the way up to 14. Now from 0 to 14, the neutral state is about 7. Our body needs to be slightly alkalized, or slightly over 7, to be completely healthy. One day I was out talking to my swimming pool guy, and I asked him as he was putting this little strip into the water, and then he would shake his head, and then he would put more chlorine into it, and then he would put the sticks again, and he looks at it, he goes, shakes his head again, he would keep doing this. So I said, well, what are you doing? So he told me, well, I need to get this water to be slightly alkalized. When it reaches about 7.4, then the water becomes completely clean. I said, wow, that's really interesting. So he said, when you reach that state, there's no molds, there's no bacteria, nothing bad can be in the water when you reach that state. So I came home and I started looking into it, and I did some research, and I found out that our body works the same way. Unfortunately, you're going to learn next few weeks that we eat most of our food is acidic food. pH is really low. So what that happened is that greens are the only thing that would be able to put more alkalinity in your body. So let's say you have a lot of really acidic food, like processed food or junk food and all these bad things down here, then to elevate your pH level a little above your neutral level, you need to put tremendous amount of greens into it, then the pH will rise up to about 7.365 exactly. When you reach that state, nothing can live in your body. No bacteria, no virus, no moles, no yeast, no cancer cells. Cancer cells cannot live in an alkali state of your body. It needs to be very low in pH for your cancer cells to be thriving. So one of the main ways to really treat cancer is to put more alkalinity in your body. When you reach that state, it will completely clean your body and will completely get rid of all your disease state. And so this is the alkalizing concept of the green, green, greens. The next concept is called the antioxidant concept. You've probably heard of antioxidant. People ask me, what are the antioxidants? Well, let's talk about oxidation first. When you have oxidation, which means your pH is dropping, the acidification state or the oxidation state is the same. Now, what is oxidation? When the oxygen hits all the material, it oxidizes. In other words, for like a door jamb. After not using the door for a while, it becomes rusty. And your skin, when the pH drops on your skin, it becomes wrinkly. So you look older, and you don't look as you feel stiff. All these things are a result of you being more acidic. So how do we reverse this oxidation? We call them antioxidants. So what are the antioxidants? Most common ones are green, green, green. For example, look at this soap. And then when you have the soap, let's say you have dirt in your hand. And when you put this, this dirt is a very acidic state. When you put this very alkalizing soap into this, and you scrub this, and it foams up, and when this pH reaches about 7.365, the whole dirt will come right off. And how about the sponge? Sponge works the same way. This, let's say this is greens. If you eat more greens, it's going to go inside. It's going to literally scrub the inside because it's got fiber in them. Fiber attached to the acidic particles and dirt and all the other things. It's going to literally clean it up, and it's going to clean your whole body out. So this is a very important concept of the acidification or oxidation concept. Like a banana. Banana, it starts from green, and it becomes yellow, and it becomes brown, and it eventually turns black. This whole process is called acidification or oxidation process. And how to prevent or reverse this problem is through antioxidants like green, green, green. And the other very important thing is that greens activate your thyroid hormones and to increase your metabolism by 20 to 30%. So by eating more greens, it activates your enzyme and live enzyme, and it also activates your growth hormone, so you look younger and you'll be able to shed pounds because you're truly eliminating all the bad things in your body. Especially your colon. Average person has about 20 pounds sitting in your colon. So what this greens do is literally grabs all of them and flush right out. So it really helps you move things along, literally, to really lose weight and feel much better. So what kind of greens are good for you then? Let's look at some example. You see this broccoli. Does it look like a little broom? So it goes in there, literally scrub this whole thing out. So greener the better, like spinach. Look at the spinach, how great it looks. And then look at kale. This is amazing stuff. Now this literally cleans the whole body out. And then cilantro. These are all very green, green. These are really green stuff. You need to have this all day long and every day. When you do, you're going to feel really clean. You're going to feel more energetic. You're going to lose weight. You're going to do amazing things with these greens. So when do we have to have these greens then? I talked about green, green, green. I didn't just say greens, right? So you have to do it 3 times. Now what does that mean? You need to have green, green, greens on every meal. You have to have breakfast greens, lunch greens, and dinner greens. Now, your breakfast, we talked about breakfast last week a little bit. Now when you are sleeping at nighttime and you didn't move that much and you didn't drink at all, but all night long your liver worked really hard to detoxify your whole body. And you got all kinds of toxins ready to be removed when you're first thing in the morning, right? And then you're totally acidic. You're not only dehydrated, but you're totally acidic. And this is time to really put more greens into the body. I know it sounds terrible, having greens for breakfast. I know your breakfast, you got muffins, you got donuts, you got all this terrible stuff. But it's really all acidic. All these cereals and milk and all these things are very acidic, pH low food, and you're totally already acidic by trying to eliminate all this acidity. So it is very important first thing in the morning to really just greens in the morning. So like steamed vegetable, even salad. You know, I know it sounds terrible, but you need to do more salad. And then you go vegetable omelet. So there are many different things you can do to really alkalize your whole body first thing in the morning to energize your body. Because when you have this acidic food, you're going to be tired. You're going to be stiff. You're not going to feel very good. So you really need to do that. And for lunch and dinner, you have to have a tremendous amount of salad, whether salmon salad or chicken salad, or you can have a lot of salad combination. You can have some beans, you can have some nuts and seeds to really put it into this whole mix of the greens. Some people ask me, how much green do I have to have? Well, tremendous amount. The rule, the brand new rule that I created, it's called rule of palms. If you look at your palms, you need to have, you look at your plate. This is 2 palms, your plate of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you look at this 8 fingers, like this, that much, should be green. So if you look down at your plate, whether breakfast, lunch, and dinner, about half of your plate should be greens, which is about 50 grams of green, which is what you need to completely alkalize your body, re-energize your body, completely detoxify your body, and it's really, really healthy and make you feel and so energetic all day long. So I definitely, this week, I want you to have more greens this week. And then next week, we're going to talk about how to reduce your processed sugar. Thank you.